Buenos días, mi amigos. Está domingo y sabéis lo que eso significa. It's Undead Unluck Day, baby. We're taking a look at chapter 163 today and the implications behind what just went down. Very dope. A lot of people's fan theories about Mui somehow being involved in this arc are coming to fruition, but we'll talk about that in a second. Quick update on a longer video. I'm not even going to say its name. If you've been around on this channel long enough, I think you know the one I'm hinting at, but part 1, recorded. I'm going to be editing it. I got a 3-day weekend finally. I've been busy, y'all. I've been busy, but let's talk about this chapter. Just be on the lookout for some dope stuff, but hey, chapter 163, baby. Real quick, the name is Darzus. This is an anime and manga YouTube channel. We have a Discord down in the description. A lot of people don't know that. Join if you want to talk to us, if you want to have conversation, you have a recommendation, even if you just want to join hands in jubilation.
But I'm not a rapper.
Don't really matter. Join that. Leave some love on this video, but let's talk about the chapter. So Mui is the topic of discussion after reading chapter 163, and I know that makes a lot of people happy. I've been seeing a lot of theories throughout this week around the fact that potentially, maybe the prize for winning this tournament would be a fair young maiden, a woman just like Mui, but I think this being medication being the prize just makes even more sense. Yoshifumi Gotsuka's not the type of guy to put a woman up for sale, guys. Get your minds on right. But it's funny to even mention Mui because the whole dynamic of Shen this chapter was hilarious. Shen obviously is going to gain untruth down the line, this ability which brings the truth out of other people. People aren't able to lie to Shen whenever he takes a glance at them and he's using his ability on them. But this dude cannot tell a lie himself. And it's funny how like the negator abilities always very much so personify the individual who gets them. But Shen is just the most honest individual ever. And it's goofy as heck seeing him throughout this entire chapter trying to lie to Fuuko because the signs are just so prevalent. So in the beginning of the chapter, we see Fuuko has convinced Fang that she is going to hone Shen into a young dragon, a beast which is going to be comparable to himself, and that's going to defeat him in the finals, not even herself, which I love a lot, because we know Fang is the type of individual to never step down from a fight, so it makes sense that he just happily accepts this wager from Fuuko. But Shen, on the other hand, is not as happy about this. He asks Fuuko, what in the world did you just sign me up for? And she's like, why are you doing this to me? We don't even know each other. But Fuuko, you know her. The classic Loop 2 speech, of course I know you better than you know yourself. But right here, a quick note. When Fuuko tells Shen he's going to fall in love with a certain someone Xiaolong Bao dumplings, we see the first sign of his fibbing. The first sign that he knows something is out of the ordinary. But it's just amazing, as I've already mentioned, that throughout this entire chapter, he holds true to the faked fact that I don't know no Mui. This entire scene of character interaction was one I appreciated a lot because throughout Loop 2, Fuuko's been, smooth sailing. Every time she goes and meets a new person, she tells them, hey, your entire life's a lie and deal with it. Now come join me. And they're always like, sure, all right, cool. But this time, Shen and Mei obviously just don't believe her. They come and tell me that there's like earth-shattering information, and I'm just not gonna believe you. They look around and they're like, is this woman crazy? And I feel them realistically would have been the same way, but Fuuko, she's got her ways of getting people to believe her. Fuuko poses the simplest question. Have you already met Mui? Which just sends Shen into shambles. This guy starts sweating buckets, and I love just, once again, although he's untruth, this dude couldn't tell a lie if he wanted to. He looks like a little kid who stole a couple more juice boxes than he's supposed to, and he's looking at his mom like, oh, no, mom, I'm sorry. Like, come on. I feel you, Shen. Hey, my baby girl makes me some type of way too, dog. And Fuuko was surprised to see that these two met despite history changing, and I was as well. I think it's crazy that even in this different multiverse, love has transcended all. It's beautiful. That's some Undead Unluck ass. By this point, Shen is absolutely dumbfounded. Fuuko knows too much about him for her to just truly be a stranger, and he has his own things to do right now. He really does want to win this tournament because, as has obviously been alluded to enough for you guys to just say is a fact, Mui needs saving, and she needs saving by our boy Shen, which could only come in the way of him winning this tournament. So, Fuuko promises him, I will help you in any way necessary to get you stronger, and they make a shake of hands, but this isn't a regular shake of hands. Fuuko takes off her wraps in order to give Shen a little bit of unluck, and this is all a part of her plan. As the main bracket for the tournament comes out, Fuuko starts to tell us about the gauntlet she's going to send Shen through. Although procking Untruth is Fuuko's plan right now, Fang is really doing his best to assist her whenever you take a look at this bracket. Round 1. Void, and whoever wins that gets Yusai. The winner of that, Billy. The winner of that, Fuuko, on to verse Fang. Obviously, this would be a hard tournament for anybody to win, but for Shen to start out at the bottom, like the very first round where everybody is getting a bye other than him and Void, is quite literally just hell for him to go through. However, Fuuko, with a barehanded touch on the back, wishes little boy Shen the best of luck, and Fuuko is a demented woman this arc. I really like it.
What do you mean by that?
Sometimes you just gotta get hard-boiled, and what she said is like, Shen, I know you're a hard-boiled guy, so I'm gonna have to put you through the rigor in order for you to get untruth. Fuuko realizes that throughout Loop 2, she's been trying to avoid the situations which cause negators to manifest their abilities. However, that's just not the right way to go about it. As we've had a lot of conversations throughout this loop, we can kind of understand the fact that no matter what, your negator ability is a part of your soul. It's something attached to you, which is the reason why everybody's manifesting the same abilities. Why they all manifest in very similar ways, because you are who you are, and that ability is kind of a personification of that exact thing. So, a person like Shen, he's gonna gain untruth, you just gonna have to bring it out of him, and that's what Fuuko's gonna do. In order for him to get untruth, she says, I'm gonna put you through a gauntlet at some point in this tournament. If you really are built to be the strongest creation of all, you're gonna manifest that ability, and with the unluck she gave to him, it's definitely gonna come at some point. And although you may think this plan is harsh, Fuuko even relays the fact that Shen is the only person who liked to use his ability. Him and probably Andy are probably undead, even though he wants to die. They're the only people who are running around with a smile on their face, just beating people's butts. So hey, Shen, if you're gonna manifest it, you gotta manifest it. So, let's take a look at round one.
Fight.
The world heavyweight boxing champ, Void Volks, up against a student from some school, Shen. This is gonna be hard-boiled, y'all. I just am so excited. Negator exhibitions. Not them trying to, off each other. Not them trying to really, truly harm each other. Just some fighting to see who can overcome the other one in terms of strength. Who can, see through this situation, analyze what's happening, and come out with a better outcome. And with this entire thing, Void fighting Shen, this is really going to see Shen grow. Not only is this guy the world boxing heavyweight champ, but his immobilizing type technique, his negator ability, really hard to fight. We obviously see that at the beginning. Fuuko imbued Shen with unluck. However, the unluck isn't what hurt my boy Shen at the beginning. Fang, Void unavoidable, punches our boy Shen square in the face, but Shen, hard-boiled guy, kind of ate it a little bit. And as we see Shen not falter from Void's punch, he's able to leap back forward and strike Void straight in the chin with a punch of his own. Void, as we see at the end though, he's alright. We're gonna get a whole fight next chapter, but like I've been saying, we are in for a treat. This is going to be some insane content, and I just don't know who's, obviously Shen's gonna win, but I just want to know what's gonna actually happen, because I don't think there's gonna be some shortcuts. There's not gonna be cheat codes right now. The only big cheat that could happen is Shen manifesting his ability, but let's see if that even happens yet. I could see that happening against a different fighter, maybe Yusai undraw. I don't know, dude. I just can't wait to watch all of this go down. A lot of stuff went down this chapter. Mui is back. I can't wait till we get our girl. Shen, he's hard-boiled. I can't wait till we see him beat down Void. Just a lot to love. Yoshifumi, you're cooking something crazy right now. I really would like to see a color page from this whole arc. The fact that Fuuko's got one of the toughest Fuuko fits we've ever seen out of Fuuko, I would just like to see that. I would also like to see the official coloring on Fang's gi. And one thing that's really cool, if you go back and look at it, look at chapter 22, 28, somewhere within the auction arc, Fang, since he's aged very much so, 150, 200 years by that point, he still wore the same thing that he's wearing right now. It's just all tattered. Really cool callback to this dude, because he doesn't change. He just hones his craft, and he doesn't care about clothes. He doesn't care about anything but beating ass. Fucking love Fang. I'm out of here.